Okay, you guys, Toriko chapter 172. Now, before I get to the actual chapter, I need to do a brief synopsis of the last two chapters, since my dumbass forgot to do them. So, yeah, I completely neglected them. I know. However, fuck it. I'm here. Toriko chapter 172. All right. Now, look, yeah. Yeah. Wow. I mean, look. This shit, like, honest to God, what happens in these three chapters is like, it's like, yeah, it's really good stuff. So, I want to say chapter 170. Chapter 170 is basically, they finally get the real, they actually find the real meteor garlic, because Library had one in stock, convenient, and then they're going about cooking it. Komatsu's cooking the actual ingredient, the meteor garlic, and Library helps him out because he sees Komatsu's passion, he sees Komatsu's ability to actually perceive something at first look. He actually was able to actually completely almost cook it. However, the cutting part was very difficult for Komatsu, and Komatsu had no idea where to cut it, and Library helped him out because Library has the memories, alright? So it happens that they complete the actual ingredient, meteor garlic, and then Toriko and the rest of them, they eat it in like this weird like setting where like it's really, actually no, a really cool setting. Like it's like a skyscraper like just for themselves. And what happens is that they peel open the meteor garlic and then it shoots up into the air like a firework, it explodes, and then something comes back down, and it's like a little stub, and then it splits into like three parts, alright? And so what happens is that they eat the stub. Not three parts. It splits into like 5 or 6 parts, and then so each one eats a stub, and then all of a sudden they get muscled up. I mean, like they get like insanely muscled up. Like Komatsu gets fucking a 6-pack, insane biceps, insane shoulder muscles. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And apparently, once you eat the meteor garlic, it's I forgot what they called it, but apparently you can actually like survive for 10 days straight without eating anything. And I was like, whoa. You you don't need to use any energy for 10 days once you consume meteor garlic, alright? So everyone ate a piece. I don't think Toriko ate a piece yet. Yeah. I don't think he eats a piece at all. You know, like I think he still has it. And then Livebearer's all jacked up. He's huge. Livebearer's huge. Coco is huge. He's all muscle. So that was a good chapter right there. Chapter 171 is basically they want to go to the Kingdom of Jidar, I believe, because they want to talk to the because Coco was trying to find clues to Acacia's drink. Adam, I think it was called. And the reason being, and then the problem is that Library himself didn't know any information about Adam, but this guy in the old Jidar Kingdom, named I believe his name is Joa. Yeah, Joa, Joa. Joa. He is the head dark chef of that kingdom, and he serves underneath the king of Jidar. And so basically is that they want to go and talk to Joa about if he knows any information about the elixir drink. I mean, about the elixir, the drink, Adam. Now what happens here is that they go there, and no one's there because the king wind up leaving, and then there's actually a scene where the king leaves, and he's talking to Joa. And then Joa, apparently, they're looking for a book that was left behind by Acacia. And that book is the same book that Komatsu got from the gourmet pyramid. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, I knew this book was important, but Jesus. Dark chefs want this shit. Oh, I knew this fucking book was important the moment I fucking laid eyes on that shit. I'm like, this book is too important. This book has so much shit in it. This book tells you everything. So, they want this book. Bad. So, oh, and by the way, the king is like a robot. He's like a robot. He's weird because like either it's someone inside of the king who's controlling him from the outside, or it's an actual mechanical robot. So yeah, and that was the main gist of chapter 171. Now 172. Yeah. Yo. 172. Ichiryu and Midora. Alright, now Ichiryu is he's the president of all the gourmet world, okay? No, correction, no. He's the president of all human world. Alright, gourmet world's like fucking like uncharted territory, right? He's the president of all human world, and Midora is the leader of the Bushuku Yukai. Now here's the thing, alright? And this shit, I was like, yeah, okay. Because in the previous chapter, there was a scene where Midora, where Ichiryu is actually like riding this epically huge fucking unicorn straight in to Bushuku Yukai home base. He just walks the fuck in there with his flying epic unicorn. I have never seen unicorns look so beastly. Never. And then so he's riding his unicorn. He goes the fuck in there. Alright. And then all the Bushuku Yukai are there, and then they're defending their boss Midora, who has insanely long black hair. I mean, like his hair is long as shit. All right. Actually, no, not all the Bushuku Yukai are there. I didn't see Starjin. Where the fuck is my man Starjin? Where's Starjin? I love Starjin, but he wasn't there. But like the rest of them were there. Well, no, that and also the one guy who like sucks shit from a straw. But again, that being said. A bunch of them were there, alright? A bunch of them. And basically what happens is that Ichiryu walks in there, he wants to talk to Midora, and then the guys cut him off, alright? Midora's guys cut him off, and this was like insanely fucking cool. Because what happens is that, you know, Ichiryu is one of the strongest guys in the human world, one of the strongest guys we've seen thus far, and he's walking, and then three guys try to trap him. So the one guy that does like a sticky floor thing, so Ichiryu can't move. One guy does like some kind of weird net and spits it on him, and so like the net like covers like some like weird like circumference. And then one lion guy is in midair about to fucking attack, and Ichiryu looks at him. He looks at him, and he stops in midair. I was like, yo, get the fuck out of me. He stops in midair. Like fucking, and just stops in midair, and then he continues to walk. The sticky thing, the net didn't mean shit. He just continues to walk forward, talking to Midora, and then so all the Bushuku Yukai are there trying to stop him. Midora's like, no, just get out of the way. Let me talk to this old man. And so they're talking, and we find out a few things. One, Ichiryu and Midora are brothers. All right, now I don't know if it's biological. I don't know if it's by some kind of like weird oath. I have no idea. But they're brothers. All right, quote unquote brothers. Ichiryu is the older brother. Midora is the little brother. All right, and they're talking about God in the sense that Ichiryu wants to share God with Midora, and Midora's like, no, it's all for myself. And there was something very interesting in this conversation. They were speaking about Acacia as if they knew him. Because they were saying how Acacia and someone else, Frozen, yes, Froheim, I'm not too sure exactly, but so I think it's someone really, really important, because they mentioned that person along with Acacia, and Acacia is the one who founded God. So they're speaking, so they said how Acacia and this other person favored Midora the most. I was like, wait a second, favored? Does that mean that you guys are like disciples of Acacia and this other person? Like, what the hell? Like, well, you know, like we are getting a shit ton of information. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? And then Midora's like, you know what? I'm not sharing it. I don't like you. Piss off. And then Ichiryu's like, okay, fine, I'm out. But then he says, you know, if you find it, there will be war. And then also he turns around. And then does this epic stare. Like this crazy epic stare. And like there's like wind just blowing and like the force of that stare. Then he walks away all chilled. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like that was, a good chapter right there, alright? And then Ichiryu leaves, and then he, a little tear, and that's the end of the chapter, alright? And that's the end of chapter 172. Now, in my personal opinion, these chapters were good. Okay, good. This chapter especially. Why? Because we got a lot of information. All right. It is hinted that Acacia might have actually, existed much earlier, or like he could have actually died recently, or it's hinted that these two, Midora and Ichiryu, they could be much older than they seem because of the gourmet cells keep on evolving. So I have no idea how long they actually live for. But that being said, they know Acacia personally. All right. Also, we found out that the book that Joa is looking for is the same book that Komatsu has. This book was written by Acacia himself. Okay. That is very important stuff that we need to know for later on. It's insanely important. Insanely important stuff, right? And that's and you know what? That's the review. Because honestly, these chapters were very, very good. I mean, like, they were really, really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this book plays out. Because remember, this book was actually it was supposed to be written by the Nitro. Okay, it was first assumed that it was written by the Nitro, so the Nitro would actually have means of actually cooking live human beings, because the Nitro themselves are actually very intelligent creatures, all right? However, it appears to us now that the book was actually written by Acacia. Now, how would Acacia know how to write in Nitro? That's the question, because again, there's a lot of mysteries, there's a lot of links and puzzles being created and broken. So that being said, good stuff, these 3 chapters. I'll see you guys next week for Toriko chapter 173. King of Lightning, rate, comment, subscribe, signing off.